Om Gananam Tva Ganapativam Bhavamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamanasarvasamam Jayasarajam Brahmanam Brahmanasasana Sunvanno Tidhithi Dasadanam Om Shri Mahaganadipataye Namaha Om Shakam Chashraninam Vishwarupamadaabhyam Drivasvanim Varenyam Om Tadvishno Pramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Suraya Vidiva Chakshurasatam Om Shrim Shrim Jyotirbrahmaya Namah Om Parasaraya Namah Om Parasaraya Namah Om Hare Rama Krishna Rama Krishna Hare Rama Krishna Hare Rama Krishna Hare Rama Krishna Om Hare Surya Aditya Om Hare Surya Aditya Om Hare Surya Aditya Om any chart you want to discuss? The last time you said you wanted to see a chart. Oh, we should be there. Is there anything else we can see?
There is just got a date of somebody, but I have not filled this chart myself. But
okay.
This is date of birth is 29th May 94.
May 29,
1994.
Yeah.
6:57 p.m.
6:57 p.m.
Secunderabad.
Okay. Male or female?
Female.
Secunderabad,
India.
29th
May 94.
After a while you will run out of people living in Secunderabad.
After
a while you will run out of people living in Secunderabad. You will have seen all kinds of people in Secunderabad. What should I say?
Sri Vidya.
So what do we know and what do we want to know?
We want to see
8,000 also are prominent.
8,000 also. This girl is completed her 12th and she started on
Completed
12th.
Yeah.
And she joined engineering program.
Started engineering. Okay.
And some alliance is coming for her.
Already.
Isn't
Already.
She just started her first year in engineering.
Oh, okay.
But somebody who has finished this masters in IIT somewhere, and somebody is interested in, and they are to options. So the thing is whether she should even consider this at this point, or consider and then say, okay, after 1 or 2 years we will do it, but I will continue engineering, or should she even pursue that, or even just discard it totally?
Okay. And she is interested in the studies that
she wants to study the thing, but her parents are interested to pursue this because it's a good match. They feel it's a good match.
Is the person ready to wait for a few years for her studies to be over?
That we don't know yet.
We don't know. Okay.
If the girl shows interest, then if she says yes, then they will pursue further and see.
I see.
With that condition saying after another 1 or 2 years.
But if it's not a good match, or if it's basically...
If the time is not congenial, no point in it.
Don't even
go there. So parents have asked me this question.
Okay. So Dasha she is running right now, just using the standard Nakshatra Dasha. Currently it is Rahu Dasha. Rahu Dasha is running. So Rahu Dasha is running and the Antardasha is currently Jupiter is running. Jupiter and then Saturn. Is Rahu Dasha conducive for getting married? That is,
can you increase the font a little?
yeah.
Little more.
Okay, this is better. And this is, yeah, this is better. So, the Rahu Dasha is running in the Nakshatra Dasha. If you see the Navamsha chart of marriage, in the chart, in the Navamsha, Rahu is in the 7th house, assuming the time to be correct. And we have about 4 minutes on one side and 11 minutes on the other side delay. So assuming that the time is not off by more than 4 minutes, assuming this is right, the 7th house contains Rahu in the Navamsha. So Rahu Dasha can give marriage. And he is also the 3rd lord. 3rd lord actually is a Kamatrikona. From the 7th house it is the 9th house. So from the 7th house point of view, from the house of marriage,
he is the 9th lord.
He is the 9th lord in Lagna. That is very good. So he can give marriage definitely, Rahu. But the thing is,
whether Jupiter will give,
the current period is that of Jupiter.
Up to 2014.
And Jupiter is, though he is Lagna lord,
but he is in the 2nd house of family, right?
Yeah, he is in the 2nd house of family. But he is Lagna lord debilitated. There is actually a chance Jupiter could give marriage. He is the Lagna lord. And taking Rahu as Lagna. He is the 7th lord.
But in the 8th house though.
He is in the 8th house, but he is the 7th lord. And if we see the longitude, Rahu in the Navamsha is at the end of Jaimini, and Jupiter is also at the end of, so he is in the 8th house.
It's close.
But he is in the 8th house, he is clearly in the 8th house. So Jupiter is 7th lord but in the 8th house. Still he can, from Dasha lord. And from the Lagna, he is in the 2nd house of family. So he can give marriage.
Okay.
What about Saturn? That comes next. Saturn from Rahu, he is the 8th and 9th lord in the 10th house. And from Lagna, he is basically the 2nd and 3rd lord in the 4th house. He doesn't really strongly show marriage. Jupiter is a better candidate for giving marriage. But if we were to guess actually, we would have guessed the Mercury period, because Mercury is the 7th lord and he is in Lagna. Mercury is the 2nd lord, he is in Lagna. And moreover, from Rahu, he is the Lagna lord in the 7th house. From Dasha lord, Lagna lord in the 7th. And from Lagna, he is the 7th lord in Lagna. So he can actually give marriage. So the thing is, if we were, and how old would she be then? Like 23 years. We would have actually predicted marriage in the period of Mercury.
Correct.
So, but the thing is, right now there is some chance. Right now...
But will this rectify?
Yeah.
If the other people are willing to wait for a couple of years or whatever?
Then it will come in the Saturn period. Let's see the February chart also.
But Saturn is coming up after 2014, right?
Yeah. And Saturn is not really that conducive. He doesn't particularly show the aspect Lagna, but still he is not that conducive to getting married in this Navamsha.
In Saturn, with Saturn.
In the Saturn period.
That is April 2014.
Yeah. So, one possibility is to get married now, in the next couple of years, in the next year or so, year and a half. The other possibility is if you say okay but wait, it may actually get, for some reason it may not work out, and then she may eventually get married in after 2017. Yeah, after the age of 23. So that will basically be, she will also finish her master's probably, do bachelor's and master's, or maybe work for a couple of years and then get married. But if we were to see, it is difficult to give an advice on what to do now. But the thing is, given that he is not the right age, basically she is studying.
She is just 18.
She is just barely 18 and she is studying still. And given that this is not a natural thing to do, we should give that advice. Basically, okay, go and get married now. Give that advice only if the time is really conducive. You think that, okay, this is such an excellent time to get married. But honestly, even though Jupiter is Lagna Lord, the fact that he is debilitated, the fact that he is in the 8th from Dasa Lord, I won't really recommend just get married now. It may or may not be a great decision. So my suggestion would be, don't go for marriage now, and then ask if the person is willing to wait, and if he is willing to wait, you can basically make him wait with the understanding that she will get married after a degree. Yeah, her degree, but the thing is, he probably is not under the impression of 2017. He will think, if he is in the second year now, or first year now, he will think 2015 or so. But the thing is, there may be some other issues and it may not work. It may or may not work out during that time. It may, in that case, probably it will be somebody else after 2017. It's unlikely that somebody will be waiting from 2012 to 2017. But the thing is, there is no harm in asking, saying that she can get married to that person if she is interested, if she likes the person, but not now. So I won't really recommend getting married now, right? But if I were to predict, this is not an advice to her. The advice is, don't get married now, and if he is willing to wait, you can ask him to wait, but get married only after your degree. That will be the advice. But apart from advice, prediction is probably not the right only get married in 2017, 18, like that. And if you want to quickly check the Tridipravesh chart, the Mercury period comes in 2017. So if we check, like, for example, 2016 chart, Tridipravesh chart, and then 2017, 2019, if we check all of them. Yeah, this looks interesting. In the 2016-17 annual Tridipravesh chart, right. Lagna is Taurus with Venus in it, Lagna Lord in it, and 7th house is Scorpio with Mars right there, and Saturn is also there. So Saturn is the Yokarka, so Yokarka and the 7th Lord are together in the 7th house, so giving a Rajyoga between Mars and Saturn. And then there is a yoga also between the Lagna Lord and the 7th Lord. So Lagna Lord,
I think it's Rasi, no?
Rasi. And if you see the Navamsha, in the Navamsha chart, the 7th and 3rd Lords have a Parivartana. 7th Lord Sun is exalted in the, even though he is afflicted by moon, he is exalted in the 3rd house, and 3rd Lord is in the 7th house. That's a good combination. And Lagna Lord is in 11th house aspect in Lagna. So Lagna Lord is also well placed, and Venus is the Yokarka, he is exalted. So basically chart looks interesting. And from Venus, Lagna Lord is in the 7th house. So there are several combinations that are very interesting. So if you look at the ruler of the year is, and one more thing, from the natal Lagna in Scorpio, in the Rashi chart, from the natal Lagna in Scorpio, the Tridipravesh Lagna is in Taurus, 7th house. So
from the natal Lagna was in Jupiter, natal Lagna was in Sagittarius.
Scorpio. We can quickly do that. Yeah.
Natal Lagna was Scorpio. Oh yeah.
So we see, apart from the Hora Lord, we see which house is occupied by the annual Lagna compared to the natal Lagna. So that will be the focus during that year. So if it is like 8th house, there will be some setbacks. If it is 7th house, marriage, 12th house, going abroad, like that.
That is the annual Tridipravesh Lagna from natal Lagna.
Yeah, placed with respect to Lagna. So it is in the 7th house from it. So that is one factor that is conducive. And if you look at the Hora Lord, so we used to look at this and we also look at the Hora Lord.
Yeah.
So Hora Lord is Sun, right? Hora Lord is Sun.
Yeah.
So Hora Lord is Sun, and Sun is, how is Sun? He is, in the Navamsha chart, he is the exalted 7th Lord. Right. So overall thing is, and moreover, Lagna and 7th house have several Rajogas, 4th Lord, 9th Lord, 7th Lord, Lagna Lord. Basically, all the quadrant Lords and then 9th Lord are basically on the Lagna 7th house axis. So there are interesting combinations. So this year is a good possibility. So getting married 2016-17 is a very good possibility. And if you look at the dashas, for example, in the Tridipravesh Dasha, Saturn Dasha runs in the February-March time frame, and Saturn is the Lagna Lord in Navamsa aspecting Lagna, and in the Rashi chart is the Yokarka in the 7th house. So if Yokarka is occupying any house, you can give to that house. So Yokarka in the 7th house can give marriage. So, and moreover practically, February-March is a time period when there will be Mahamas.
Good Muhurta.
So February 2nd half and March 1st half of 2017 seems like a strong possibility based on the Tihi. And if you look at the Dasha, by then Vishwatari Dasha, Antardasha of Nirti would have already come. Right? Well, it actually shows at the end of February, but give or take, this may or may not be perfect. But so the bottom line is, this is on the edge of Saturn Antardasha and Nirti Antardasha, and Nirti is the 7th Lord in the natal Navamsa. So my feeling is this is a better period, and let's quickly check the current period. Is it actually advisable to get married right now?
2011.
2012. Till the next May. Yeah. So if you see current year chart, Lagna is in the 11th house, so that shows gains and overall during this year. Hora Lord is Sun, and Sun is the 12th Lord in the 8th house in Rashi chart.
What is Lagna is in 7th, 11th house?
From the natal Lagna, the annual Lagna is in the 11th house of.
Oh, from the natal Lagna to annual Lagna.
Yeah. Right. So that is a good year of good gains. Right? It's a good year, but
and
it doesn't specifically show marriage. And that Hora Lord is, the ruler of the year is again Sun. And the Rashi chart is the 12th Lord in the 8th house.
Not a good combination. It's okay,
it's a good combination. No.
12th Lord is actually
yeah, but not specifically relating to marriage. It doesn't show anything relating to marriage. And in the Navamsa, Sun is the 5th Lord, but in the 8th house. That's an okay placement. Again, he's not specifically showing any marriage, etc. So, and if you see the 7th house, it contains Saturn and Rahu. They are Bharata Lords. They are the 11th Lord, and also they are Bharata Lords. And the 7th Lord Venus is debilitated in the 6th house. Right? So that's not that conducive. And how much leeway do we have? We seem to have a lot. 752 means it will be 5 minutes, 6 minutes like that. Yeah, 6 minutes on one side, 7 and 3/4 on the other side. So, assuming that this Lagna is correct, the 7th Lord is not so well placed. He is debilitated and he is in a Dusthana. And Lagna contains 8th Lord Ketu. Lagna Lord Mars is actually well placed. He is in a trine in 20 house. But the thing is, just Lagna Lord is good. Lagna is bad, and 7th house is bad, 7th Lord is bad. So, this Navamsa doesn't really show marriage. So, it's not really a great idea to get married during this year. So, definitely the advice should be, now is not the right time to get married. So, if he can wait, let him wait. But be prepared. Don't basically
bank on,
think that this is the person basically. If he wants to wait, let him wait and communicate with him. But be prepared that this may not last and eventually it may be somebody else. And there is nothing to worry. That your natal chart looks good. So she will have a good natal. So there is no need to worry. But don't rush into it right now. She will find a good match. And probably my expectation is 2017 is the time. And definitely not this year.
16, 17, at least 17.
This year doesn't look right. And quickly if you see the next year. Next year chart, again the same Virgo Lagna. Ruler of the year is Saturn. And this actually looks interesting. Saturn is the 7th Lord in the 7th house in Navamsa. Okay?
Saturn is
in the Navamsa.
7th in Navamsa,
yeah. Only problem is this Lagna is right on the border. This may or may not be correct. If you see the leeway, 48 seconds left. But if there is 1 minute error in the time, in the birth time,
then it's 7th Lord.
So we don't know for sure whether Saturn is actually 7th Lord in the 7th house. But Lagna Lord Moon is afflicted by Rahu, the 8th Lord. So it's not really
great combination.
It's not great, but it's okay. There is some chance. Especially given that Saturn is the ruler of the year, there is some chance. And when does Saturn period come? In the 2014 February time frame. So 2014 February time frame, basically 1.5 years from now, there is
slight possibility.
Some chance. But the thing is, then if a good match comes, maybe you can consider, but don't consider now.
Or if this match is willing to wait for a year or two.
Yeah, then you can wait. So good luck to her. And one more thing is, given that she is running Rahu period, and given that Rahu is in the 12th house, in the Rashi chart, right? Rahu is in the 12th house. And in the Chaturthamsa, he is actually with the 12th Lord Mars and he is aspecting the 9th house. So given that Rahu Dasha is running right now, given that Rahu is the 12th Lord, he is in the 12th house in the Rashi chart, and in the D4, given that he is with the 12th Lord Mars, and he is aspecting the 9th house. There are strong links between Rahu, 9th.
But why are you going to Chaturthamsa for residence?
I just noted the fact that Rahu is in the 12th house and Dasha is running.
Okay.
This shows that she may actually go abroad during this Dasha. So, I'm not sure where the person is. If she is in India, then this may or may not work out. In other words, I expect that, irrespective of who she gets married to, I expect that in the next few years, basically before Rahu Dasha ends, I expect her to move abroad, go abroad, maybe in the Rahu Saturn period, because Saturn, in the Chaturthamsa, Saturn is the 9th lord of living abroad, afflicting the 4th lord.
Oh, because of, okay, you want to see D4 because of the position change.
Yeah, I just noted that Rahu is in the 12th house. Then I said, if Rahu is in the 12th and Rahu Dasha is already running, there is a good chance that the person will go abroad. So that's why I checked the Chaturthamsa also. So in the Rahu Saturn period particularly.
Because this particular match, this boy seems to be likely to come to US in the next after 6-7 months or something like that.
Very good. So who knows then, this may be the one. But bottom line is whether she gets married to this person or not, it's very likely that in this Dasha, in the Rahu Dasha, she will probably in the Saturn Antardasha, or even Jupiter is possible because Jupiter is in the 9th in the Chaturthamsa, 12th in the Rashi. So either Rahu Jupiter or Rahu Saturn. My guess would be Rahu Saturn. She is very likely to go abroad. So good luck to her. But marriage will be good, so nothing to worry. Any other questions on this chart?
No, this is good. Thank you. And everything is okay.
I'll stop this. Okay, so we will see one more chart, second chart for today. The data is 1992, July 8th. Time is 21:56:30. 9 hours 56 minutes 30 seconds. Indian Standard Time. 5 hours 30 minutes east of GMT. And the place is Secunderabad, India. 78 degrees 30 minutes east. 17 degrees 27 minutes north. So
what we are saying, looking at this boy, this is a boy.
Yeah.
We looked at this chart a while ago to suggest to him whether mechanical engineering is good or he was interested. He was swaying between investigation and FBI agency and things like that.
So how old is he now? 92 means
he is 20.
So he actually must be close to finishing his bachelor's degree now.
He is in third year in mechanical now.
Third year mechanical.
Yeah.
Okay.
We suggested mechanical from what we saw before.
Yeah.
And that's what he ended up taking.
And if I remember, he was interested in cars or something like that.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He still has a good fascination to cars and things like that.
Yeah.
And he is very energy conscious, environmental conservation and things like that.
Yeah.
So that is his plus point.
Yeah.
And the question is, he is finding it hard in his studies now.
Finding studies hard. Okay.
Finding studies hard.
Yeah.
Hard and say, he is good, he struggles hard, but his grades are low.
Yeah, works hard, but
the results, the grades
no
are
reward,
low and
no reward in grades.
No rewards and not a good test taker.
Yeah.
Not a test taker.
Yeah.
That results in a low grade. That's what I'm told.
Okay. So what is he seeking from us? What kind of advice is
the time frame?
Is it just a matter of time? The right time hasn't come and maybe things will improve later. Or is it like
should he consider changing any of the things, any of his disciplines?
Line. Okay.
Because we suggested him mechanical a while ago, considering his position of Mars and other things.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see. Okay. So if we see the dashas, right now the dasha running is Jupiter, 2018. And then Jupiter, when
Venus comes, Saturn after Saturn from 2018.
Yeah, Saturn will come from 2018. So he's currently running Jupiter dasha. And now, if you just see the basic Rashi chart, how is the Jupiter dasha for him? He's the 2nd and 11th lord in the 7th house. Right? Jupiter is the 2nd and 11th lord in the 7th house. So is he a benefic or malefic? He's a clear malefic. 2nd and 11th lord. For Aquarius, Jupiter is a malefic. He's a papi. He's a functional malefic. And though he's in a Kendra, he's basically a papi. So his aspect on Lagna is not really that good. It's not really such a great period for him. And for studies, from the point of view of studies, 4th house is the house of studies. Taking 4th as Lagna, Jupiter is again a malefic. He's the 8th and 11th lord in the 4th house. Right. So overall, this is not really the best period in his life. Just using that chart. So overall, this is not a great period in his life. How will be the Shani period?
So this goes till 2018?
Yeah, till 2018. Basically another age of 26 basically.
Yeah, but this is the time when most of his education
Fine. But that is how it is. Now,
I know.
If you see the Shani Dasha, basically, is there any improvement? That's what we want to see. Shani he's in the 12th house. Right? But he's the 12th lord in the 12th house. So, he's giving Vimala Yoga. So, and he's not affected by anybody. It's not like anybody is affecting him. Only person who is affecting him is Mercury. Mercury is the only planet affecting him. And he also is the 6th lord. Of course, so not 6th, 8th lord. He's the 5th and 8th lord in the 6th house. So the thing is, 8th lord and 12th lord are on 6th and 12th axis, affecting each other. That's a great Raj Yoga. So Mercury's aspect is not a big problem. And then Moon has 3/4 aspect on Saturn. Right? Moon has 3/4 aspect. Again, that's not really a big problem because he is also 6th lord. The 6th lord aspect in 12th lord is not bad. So overall, Shani is giving Viprit Raj Yoga, reversal from a bad position and rising. And being the 12th lord in the 12th house, and especially being in own house, being a planet in the own house. See, Mars and Saturn are the strong planets in this chart. They are the strongest planets in this chart, Mars and Saturn. And out of them, Mars is a malefic. He's 3rd and 10th lord. He's a functional malefic. Saturn is a benefic. He's a Lagna and 12th lord. So he's a functional benefic. So he is probably the strongest planet in the chart. Only thing is he is retrograde. So the thing is, Saturn may not give great results right away. He may give with a lot of hard work. That is another thing with Saturn. Saturn tends to give results with hard work. He rewards effort. But he is retrograde. So more effort is needed than needed. But the thing is, once Saturn Dasha comes, his life will be different. My expectation is that he will be far more successful than he is in the Jupiter period. So from a long-term perspective, the right Dasha for prospering hasn't really come. Now the question is, you say, well, his studies will be over by the age of 26. Well, that's fine. There are some people who don't really excel in studies, but they take off later because life is not linear. It's not like you need to excel at time X in order to excel at time X plus 1. So it's totally non-linear and unpredictable. Of course, how you did in the past is a good predictor for how you will do in the future, but not necessarily. There are people who did very well till certain time and then they just fade off. And there are people who do average
and then they take off.
And then they take off when the time comes. But the thing is, from a long-term perspective, when Shani Dasha comes, my expectation is that he will do far better than he is doing now. And now let's focus specifically on the Dashamsha. Because the thing is, we will go to Siddhanta also, but we are not 100% sure if Siddhanta is accurate or not. We did some rectification, but it is right on the border, if you see. And we must have rectified actually. That is
it was 54 to 56 and a half maybe.
Yeah, so basically we changed it from Gemini to Cancer. So we will go to Siddhanta also, but let's see Dashamsha, because Dashamsha is very important. Career, here the leeway is, we have more leeway. So we know that Dashamsha is correct. Siddhanta we are not 100% correct. And moreover, the purpose of the studies is actually to have a career. So how is the career? Let us see that. So if you see the Dashamsha chart, right now the Dasha running is that of Jupiter. And Jupiter, even though he is the 10th lord, he has Ubhay Chandra Adapatya Dosha. He is the 7th lord and 10th lord. So overall he is slightly malefic. and he is debilitated in the 8th house. So being in the 8th house, being debilitated, of course, he will be 26. So his career will probably start in this period because Jupiter is anyway 10th Lord. But it may not really take off during this period in any great way because Jupiter is not showing great success in career. Being the 10th Lord, he can show career starting, but being in the 8th house, he will show setbacks or changes, etc. And being debilitated, he shows not really being very comfortable or happy with the career. But the next dasha is that of
Saturn.
Is Saturn a benefic or malefic in this chart? Is the 8th and 9th Lord. 9th is a benefic house and 8th is neutral. So one neutral, one benefic. So overall he is benefic. So he is a benefic planet, and is he badly placed or well placed? He is in the 11th house. That is a good placement for any planet, even for malefic. Benefics or malefic.
Especially malefic.
No, anybody is good in 11th house.
11th.
3rd and 6th you will say...
No, but malefics in 3, 6, 11 are pretty good, right?
Right. But even benefics are good in 11. So 3, 6 are different from 11. 11th is one house where any planet is favorable. So he is in the house of gains, and he is the lord of the house of fortune, 9th house. So overall he is, and are there any afflictions to him? Because sometimes a planet may be good, but somebody may be afflicting him. Is anybody affecting him? Nobody is with him, he is alone. Is anybody affecting him? Only Mercury has 3/4 aspect, right? Actually Jupiter's sun also have 3/4 aspect. So actually Lagna, one more thing, Lagna Lord is exalted in this Samsha. And the 5th Lord is also exalted, and they are in Samsaptaka. So there is a great Rajoga between Mercury and Venus, which will give results in the Mercury period.
Mercury, Venus.
Exalted Mercury in 4th house, exalted Venus in 10th house. So Rajayoga between Lagna Lord and 5th Lord, both exalted, both very good friends. So that is a really perfect yoga. It's not really blemished. And there aren't any serious afflictions on them. I mean, Jupiter is affecting Mercury, but otherwise there are no other full aspects on them. So this is a great Rajayoga. So the thing is, at the age of 2037 means 40. And he is basically 43 years of age. From then, a period of 17 years, 43 to 60. That will be like the golden period. Mercury Dasha will be an awesome period for him. Saturn will be good, but Mercury will be even better. And particularly Mercury Venus, whenever it comes, 2040, 43 time frame, that will be like a pinnacle in the career. So overall, his career may take off in an average way for 2018, but after 2018 I expect that in the Saturn period, because he is a benefic, natural benefic, functional benefic, and he is in the 11th house, I expect that he will actually have good gains in the career. And then after 19 years of Shani Dasha, Mercury Dasha will really put him in a great position. So he will, overall, Dashamsa looks very good, and also Dashas are increasingly getting better. So I will not really worry about how he is studying, but at the same time, because you have a good Dashamsa, you should not really drop out of your studies or something. You should do whatever you can, get whatever degree you can, and then get whatever career you can, and then keep working. And when the right Dasha comes, when the right chances trigger it, there will be good developments in the career. And now, if you see the Siddhamsa, is there any scope for improvement or any change we can suggest? So that is what we want to see. So Siddhamsa, the Lagna, original Lagna was Gemini, but we rectified to Cancer. You know what? We are using different definition.
Different Ainamsa?
No, Ainamsa is different. Siddhamsa definition has changed. Remember, the Siddhamsa we were using then was the traditional.
I remember, yeah.
Traditional Parasara Siddhamsa. What was the same? It will change only for the planets in the even signs. So Saturn, Mercury can change. Saturn is here and Mercury is here.
It won't change for Siddhamsa or for everything else?
No, this is only Siddhamsa.
Right.
See, Saturn hasn't changed, Mercury has changed. Mercury is the only planet who changed. So it's, Saturn doesn't change because he's the 7th house from Cancer. Planets in Cancer and Capricorn don't change. Other planets will change. Okay, so that makes sense. So basically the thing is, the definition, Parasara's definition says that the parts of art science and event science are mapped to Cancer to Leo, starting from Cancer and starting from Leo. So what people do is, for art science it starts from Cancer, for event science it starts from Leo. Art science from Leo.
Art science from Leo, event science
from Cancer. So for art science we go Leo, Virgo, Libra, like that up to Cancer, and then one more time because we need 24. So we have 2 cycles from Leo to Cancer. For even signs, what we used to do, this is the standard definition, we used to start from Cancer, because Parasara said so, but we used to go clockwise only, regular. So Cancer, Leo, Virgo, like that, we end in Gemini. And then again Cancer to Gemini. That's not symmetric, and moreover, Parasara specifically said, reckoning is reversed for even signs. But the thing is, we applied only to the Devatas, but not to the signs. So if you apply to signs also,
then you go
from Cancer to Gemini, Cancer, Gemini, Taurus, and reverse end in Leo, and then twice like that. So that's a perfect mirror image of the other one. So that is structurally sound, and it makes sense with the wording Parasara said, and it explains things better. So this is what we were doing. But the thing is that I was thinking if that changes things a lot, but that doesn't really change.
That changes only for odd even signs.
Yeah, only Saturn and Mercury are in even signs, and out of those, one of them doesn't change. So basically, only Mercury has changed. He was in the...
And this we apply only to Siddhanta or to Rasi and...
This is only calculation of Siddhanta.
Calculation of
Siddhanta. Actually, honestly, calculation of a few other charts like Dashamsha, Shashyamsha, etc. may be incorrect for even planets in even signs.
Okay.
There may be some incorrect calculations we are doing now, but I haven't convinced myself of what is correct, so I stick to what we've been doing until now. So I may change my mind later, but Siddhamta, I am convinced that what we are doing is not consistent with what Parasara said. And moreover, it doesn't make sense going from Cancer to Gemini and Leo to Cancer. There is no structure there, it's just structurally weird. Now, so
we'll
just take the new Siddhanta.
When you say this is for planets in even signs,
in the Rasi chart.
For planets in even signs in the Rasi chart.
So their Siddhanta positions can change.
Okay.
Basically what we were doing earlier is not using the correct definition. Of course it's not just us, everybody in the world. The way we interpreted Parasara is not really, I don't think it's correct. So anyway, so coming back to this.
So if you take an example, for example in Rasi, Mercury is in Cancer.
Yeah.
So the position of this in Siddhanta we go reverse way.
Yeah, reverse.
Okay.
So starting from Cancer, but we were going forward. Now we go reverse.
Yeah.
So earlier we found in Libra, now we find in Aries because of that.
Right.
Opposite. But for Saturn, he is in even sign in the Rasi chart, but he is in Capricorn, he is in the 7th house. So whether you count 7th this way or this way, you get the same. First and 7th both. That is why I said planets who are in the even signs will change position, but if they are in Cancer or Capricorn in the Rasi chart, then they don't change.
Okay.
They remain in the same planet. So only Mercury changes from Libra to Aries. So basically our analysis probably will still hold true. Nothing really changes.
Right.
So if we take this, the Dasha then running right now, Mercury, Jupiter Dasha. And the Dasha running right now is Jupiter Dasha. Right?
Till 2018.
2018. And Jupiter is the ninth lord. It's the ninth lord, aspecting the ninth house.
That's not bad position, right?
Yeah. Only thing is, he's in Manakarka Sthana, he's in the third house. So, he's the ninth lord of Bachelor Studies, but he's in the Manakarka Sthana, and he's aspecting his own sign. So, overall, there are some weaknesses here, but, I mean, a science lord aspecting itself is not bad. So, he will do well. So, I don't really see any serious problems like his bachelor's not ending or dropping out in the middle. Things will go fine. And what is the Antardasha right now? So until now Venus was running, and now Sun is going to start.
Right. How was the Venus? Venus was...
Venus from the 9th house of bachelor's education, taking that as Lagna. Venus is the 8th lord, 3rd and 8th lord in the 5th house. So he's not really that good. He's basically the 3rd and 8th lord, a male face. So he shows tensions and worries and unhappiness, and so that is what Venus will show. But the thing is, now it is the Sun Antardasha, and taking the 9th house as Lagna, Sun is the 6th lord in the 12th house. So 6th lord in the 12th is good, but he is with the 9th lord, Mars. So that is average. Overall, he is not terrible. He is probably better than Venus. For a Dusthana lord, Malefic lord Papi, instead of being in the 5th house, if he is in the 12th house, it is a better placement. So, it will be better, but at the same time, had he been alone or with another Dusthana lord, it will have shown sudden reversal and Viparita Rajayoga. Here, it is not Viparita Rajayoga really, because Mars is there. Right? Mars is a benefit, he is the 2nd and 9th lord. The 2nd and 9th lord being with the 6th lord is not Viparita Rajayoga.
Sun himself is well placed. He is happy being the 6th Lord, being in the 12th makes
No,
him
but
happy.
being a 6th Lord in 12th house won't give you the Vipreet Raja Yoga.
If he is unafflicted.
If he is unafflicted with you.
So basically if you break it down, Sun is happy. Sun will give some relief from the obstacle. But the problem is because he is with Mars, he is unlikely. So or it will be tempered basically. This is not a proper Vipreet Raja Yoga. It is only partial.
Right.
So though Sun is well placed there, the fact that he is with Mars, the 9th Lord, he is the 6th Lord afflicting the 9th Lord. You can also put it that way. So it's not really that positive. So overall this is average. But I expect this to be better than Venus.
Better than Venus.
Venus being the 8th Lord and 3rd Lord being in the 5th house. Compared to that, this will be better. So there will be some improvement, but don't expect that things will be really smooth and he'll suddenly start getting really good grades, etc. I don't really expect that honestly. This is an average period. And then Moon will come. Next year. Moon, if you see, right?
That is 4th year.
Yeah, 4th year. From the Dasha Lord Jupiter, he is the 11th Lord in the 10th house. He is in a Kendra.
That is
one
good.
thing. And from the 9th house of bachelor's education, Moon is the 5th Lord in the 4th house.
That is also good.
That is very good. A Trine Lord in a Kendra is quite good. So this is a period when things will actually improve. Right now, in the next 6 months, basically this period just started recently, or about to start, maybe give or take a couple of months. So next 6 months are better than the last 2 years. But really speaking, towards the end of next year, things will improve. 2014 will be a good year for him, for studies. So that is what I expect. So I expect that he will do better. So keep your confidence, keep doing your best, and don't worry too much if you get bad grades. And it is very important for him to have the confidence that I'll do my best, even if
something is
I
not
don't
right.
get great grades, things will work out. I have to keep slogging and then eventually things will work out. So have that confidence and don't give up. Just keep going. That is what I would
He
say.
wanted to try for internship next year. Where do we see internship from?
Internship. Yeah.
Do we see internship?
Internship is you are doing work. Only thing is there may not be
payment or financial gain.
There may not be financial gain, but you are learning to work. So it has to be and at the same time you are learning.
So it has to be a combination
There has to be a combination between
Siddhanta and Dashamsa.
Yeah, there has to be a link between the Siddhanta and Dashamsa. So if you see the period next year, meaning next summer, right?
Next summer, which means we are looking at 2013 summer.
Yeah. So that is basically towards the end of Sun period. Towards the end of Jupiter Sun. Okay. So let's see. In the Siddhamsa basically, first we'll go to Dashamsa later, but in the Siddhamsa, for any internship or basically any professional learning, learning in a workplace, has to be in the Siddhamsa, it has to be from the 10th house. 10th house is the house of work. So if you see the chart of learning and see the house of work, then you will see some learning relating to by working basically. 10th house shows work.
Oh, okay.
So some practical learning by working. So that can be seen from the 10th house. You can also look at the 6th house, but let's just focus on the 10th mainly, the main Karka Bhava. So if you see the 10th house,
he is the 5th Lord.
Series, yeah, he is the 5th Lord. And he is with Lagna Lord. Lagna Lord Mars and 5th Lord Sun are in the 11th house of Venus. That is very good. This is a great yoga. So see, you see what I am saying from the 9th house point of view, though basically, which is basically fortune in learning. From that point of view, even though they are not combining well, the combination is not so good. From the 10th house point of view, this combination is great. 1st Lord and 5th Lord in the 11th house affecting 5th house. So this is actually very good trick time. So actually, in the Sun Antardasha, there is a very good chance that he
can get a good
internship.
Okay.
So there is a good chance. So go for it. And Dashamsa. Dashamsa is the chart of actual work.
So now do you see 4th house in Dashamsa here because he is working to learn?
Yeah, right, exactly.
So we take 4th house as the basis for this?
Yeah. You can see this is a chart of work, and then see again you are also doing some work. So see the 10th house. There should be some links with the 10th house, but also there have to be some links with the 4th house of learning. So if you see the Dashamsa chart,
In the Dashamsha chart, Sun is in the 8th house of some changes or setbacks, etc. But he is with the 10th Lord.
He is in the 10th Lord Jupiter.
So, given that Sun is with the 10th Lord Jupiter, can suggest some work. But at the same time, they are in the 8th house. So this may not be long, basically. There may be some
short period.
There may be some rocky experience of work. And now, Sun, if you take the 4th house of learning as Lagna, right? Then what is happening is, Sun is the 12th Lord, and 12th Lord is basically a neutral planet. And he is with Jupiter, and he is in the 5th house, basically. 12th Lord in the 5th house is a good combination. So he is well placed. And moreover, from the 4th house, he is in a trine. So he can be conducive to learning. But the thing is, more than this, in the Siddhanta, he is really showing a great combination from 10th house. So this will be more learning than actual work. It will be a very good learning experience. So overall, this is a good time to go for internship.
Okay.
There is a very good chance that you will find good internship next year. Any other questions?
Yeah, that's about.
Okay. Good luck to you.